This is just going to be a short video on how I started and built the deck on my 56 Power Wagon. We started by tearing off the deck, and amazingly the wood was holding it together pretty much. After peeling off the boards, we started burning it off the deck, which is pretty difficult because it actually welded right to the frame of the truck. After we got the deck off, we started laying out the template for our deck. We started out with 2x5 box tubing for the outside rails, and I had some scrap rails off of a bridge actually that we salvaged for the cross members. In the end, we tried to save these D-rings because they're actually pretty well made, so I wanted to put those back on the truck, so we're gonna put those on the deck. At this point, we started making the pockets for the bedsides to put boards on. We also did some D-rings, 3 along each side, and we also started thinking about how we were gonna mount this to the frame of the truck. So in the end, we decided to go with these 3-inch I-beams to mount it to the truck with some 17.5-inch U-bolts. So anyway, at this point, it's starting to actually look like a deck and look like a reasonably well-built one at that. So after we got the deck finished, we started building the headache rack. As you can see here, we got the shape outlined. So at this point, we did some really heavy plate on the bottom, nice diamond plate, and we did a 4-on, 4-off pattern for the welds to make it look aesthetically pleasing. After that, we did some expanded metal mesh for the top so you could see through the rear window. So as if we didn't see to begin with in the start of this project, it's a pretty heavy deck, but once we had the headache rack on, we really got a sense of how heavy this thing was going to be. Looks pretty good on the ground, so we're looking forward to getting it on the truck now. At this point I started thinking about accessories, so I picked up some heavy D-rings for the shackles. I ended up having to order 1.25-inch shackles because the inside diameter between the inside measurement between the cheeks needed to be at least 2 inches. At this point we started thinking about mounting again, and you can see those big 17.5-inch U-bolts that we got. So we got those, and then we started using the I-beams, and we ended up only using one of the new ones because we ended up with a salvaged piece off of a Massey Ferguson combine that worked pretty good, so kind of keeping with the farmers type build. There's quite a bit of scrap in this deck that we managed to salvage over the years. This is actually just a shot of some of the steel we picked up. Some of it we used in the deck. We get a lot of scrap just from farmers throwing stuff away and from work and whatnot. So we started fitting this on the truck, and that's what we noticed, that the truck frame's a little bit bent, but we managed to strap it into place. Just for now, we're going to have to go to the alignment shop and get the frame bent straight, but for now we'll just clamp it down. I actually think that the deck's more rigid than the truck frame, so I'm pretty sure we just pulled the frame straight with the deck. So we did finally get it fitted. I think we stayed up till about 3:30 a.m. getting this thing finished because we just wanted to get it done, because you know how it looks in the end, but it looks pretty good. I still have to do some wood on the truck bed and paint it and sandblast it and whatnot, but that'll stay until later. One last thing we did is we boxed and framed the frame around the gas cap just so it would look nice. Instead of just bolting it to the bottom, we did a nice recessed gas cap in the side. This isn't structural, so we weren't worried about it breaking. Overall, over the old deck, I think this is going to be leaps and bounds better for the truck and the passengers if anything ever slides. So until I start finishing it off for you guys, I'll leave it at this. Talk to you in a bit.